Hello, this is Natan Edelsburg. I'm one of the executive editors of Found Remote, the Drum's Future of TV blog. I also help run Muckrack, a PR platform for Sawhorse Media.
I'm Adam Flomenbaum. I'm the other executive editor of Found Remote on the Drum. And that's about it. That's all I do.
So we're very excited to be here. This is our very first web show. What we're going to do today is we're going to get in a really fun argument while drinking. And we're going to show off both our knowledge of TV, our knowledge of drinking, and our knowledge of cord cutting. And today we're going to review two products that we recently wrote about on Found Remote. The first one, I'll go first because mine's better, is the TiVo Bolt. I'm holding up the remote here. It's a really sleek white remote that holds very easy in your hand. And I'm going to make the argument for why you should not cut the cord at all for a very long time.
And I'm holding a Roku remote. I think it's the Roku 3 remote. It's not very sleek, but it's very functional, which is apropos for the Roku device that we're going to be reviewing.
Why don't you start off by giving us an overview of the Roku 4 and why you like it?
Yeah, so I am a cord cutter. That's because I don't like paying for things that I don't need. I like the challenge of going out of my way to find all of these different streaming services and shows that I can pay for here and there, and basically I'm not wasteful like you, Natan. I don't like to pay more for convenience. I don't like to pay more for things that I don't want, so the Roku enables me to do that. I luckily have all of these different services that give me free passwords. I like to steal services from friends and your parents, actually. I think I have your mom's Netflix account, which I use and got booted off of, but now I have someone else's. And the Roku really just enables me to bring in all of these other ways that I'm able to get TV services in one easy to use device.
So I'll get into why you should not cut the cord like Flo in a minute, but I'll give you first the overview of the TiVo Bolt. So like many, I thought that TiVo was a company that, mainstreamed the concept of a DVR, recording your shows digitally. But once all the cable providers white labeled their own, TiVo kind of became unnecessary. The company launched in 1999, but the truth is, especially in the last years, they've been innovating a huge amount. Once I was up and running with my TiVo, it completely brought my traditional TV experience into the future. At the very least, it's beautiful, easy to use, fast software that is 10 years ahead of any, set-top box that Comcast or Time Warner or Verizon provides. So that alone made me think that, wow, there is someone actually innovating around the traditional TV experience. In general, what I was able to do was customize my traditional TV experience, create an environment where I was only seeing the channels that I cared about, and I was able to easily TiVo stuff, set up what's called one-pass recordings for my favorite shows. The TiVo Bolt has the three main apps that you need. It has Netflix, it has Amazon Prime, and it recently added Hulu. So you really have everything you need. Yes, there are one-off apps that people might use on these devices. We get pitched every day on a new app that's available on the Apple TV that we don't usually write about.
Yes, that's true.
But, they do have those three major apps. So I find myself in my living room where we're sitting rarely using my Apple TV anymore, since I don't have to switch inputs.
How many channels do you actually watch in a given month? And I saw on your TiVo that you actually pared down the number of channels so that you can access them more quickly.
Yeah, that was one of the whole section in the review I wrote was how I was able to create a guide where only the channels I showed up.
And how many?
Less than 50.
Less than 50? I think I saw 20 or 30 tops. Okay. And how many channels do you think you're paying for?
I'm paying for probably about 1,500.
About 1,500 channels, and you're only accessing 30 or 40.
But you're looking at this in a different way. Like, I see those other 1,300 channels as
as possibilities,
as added value.
Added value?
Yeah, like if you look at most cable channels, wouldn't be able to survive without the top ones. So obviously, you're looking at it as you're paying all this, but those channels aren't worth anything anyway.
It's an added value. You only watch, of the Viacom channels, you may only watch MTV, right? And then yet you're paying for VH1, you're paying for country music television. When was the last time you watched country music television? You're being forced into these larger bundles to fund these Viacom channels that no one wants to watch, that they're forcing you into with these larger packages. And you, as someone who's very efficient and doesn't like to waste, here you are paying for waste.
Well, I hear your point, but the truth is that's not really the reason I pay. The reason I don't mind paying $150 a month is for the convenience. I don't want to have to figure out what app or switch inputs. I like the idea of a DVR. It's very simple. I like the idea that the shows I like, I know they'll be available for me to watch at my own pace the second they start airing in real time. I don't want to wait an hour to watch the new OJ show on FX. I want it to be there right when I come home. We're busy. We work. We have full-time jobs.
Yes, that's fair, but you also watch a ton of television, so why do you need the show that aired immediately to be available to you whenever you want it, to be able to access it when there's 50 other shows that you need to catch up on that are available to you, not immediately?
Convenience.
What does that even mean? You're watching 50 different shows. You can watch the next episode of a show that didn't air at that exact moment.
But I want to watch the show that's most hyped about. I don't want to have to make decisions on what I want to do based on saving a little bit of money. Like, that's not a good decision in my opinion, if I care a lot about TV.
That's fair. You are in a fortunate position where you might not have to take that into account. The reason that cord cutting is on the rise with millennials is because they don't mind the challenge of first finding the different networks that are able to save them a little bit more money, right? And that's going to continue to be a factor. But then it's also for people that can't necessarily afford an $160 package per month, and they don't want to pay for that $160 package a month. I think I'm fortunate maybe to be able to afford a larger bundle package, but I don't want to pay for things that I'm not watching. So that's why I like to leverage Sling TV. That's why I like no ads Hulu. And I know ads are a very big part of why you like TiVo and some of these other channels. I think no ads Hulu is one of the best inventions in the over-the-top space in the last 10 years. I mean, I am able to access shows from most major networks at $11 a month. Right? Is it $11 a month?
Something like that.
No, I don't even know. I don't pay for it.
You don't pay for this.
That's one of the perks of being a reviewer. So I have all of these channels at my fingertips, and with a digital antenna and a digital antenna and NBA League Pass subscription, I'm able to access the live sports that I want to. So I really have the total package, and I think for someone that does have to pay for all of these things, it would, with internet included, at most cost $100 a month. So there you are, saving $50, $60 a month that you can use for, some of these lovely moccasins, some of these dyed blue jeans.
Talking about my UGG slippers.
No one wants to see a foot. So you'll have all of this extra money that you're saving on these cable packages for things that you only really want to watch.
I think the simplicity of having cable, however, Fios, whatever you want to call it, having this cable card, this instant feed that doesn't rely on loading an app, switching inputs, having your internet not buffer or be fast. It's a direct feed that's not reliant. It's much more reliable. It's simple. There's never an issue of anything going wrong with it. You don't have to have a problem if you're working from home and wanting to video chat to not watch Netflix with someone who's in the other room. It's just like, it's caveman style. It's too early to cord cut. My point is, all in, if Flo wasn't stealing passwords, what I'd be paying more per month would be minuscule. And $150 a month in the scheme of things is a low cost for endless entertainment at my own convenience whenever I want. Combine that with an amazing software, a TiVo that has feels like endless hard drive, the three apps that I care about most, an amazing iPhone app that lets me watch things in any room. I forgot to mention that saves you money if you want to have a TV in multiple rooms. That is why I recommend you don't cut the cord. Maybe increase your internet spend a bit, but get rid of your DVR, spend the little bit of money it takes to get a TiVo, and try for the first time experiencing TV in 2016 and not the TV experience you've been forced to experience from your provider, which is circa 2002, the last time they innovated their set-top box. That's why you shouldn't cut the cord.
Here's why you should cut the cord, all right? Millennials, you don't like paying for shit you don't need. You don't like paying for things you don't want. I'm taking this angle from someone who, let's say I did have to pay for everything I just mentioned. Okay, I pay $50 a month for internet service. I could probably negotiate that down to $40 if I call them. Okay, now I have no ads Hulu at $11 a month. I have Netflix. I have NBA League Pass. You don't even need NBA League Pass. I have Sling TV at $20 a month, which offers a lot of great channels. I come home, I'm able to watch Property Brothers on HGTV, Love It or List It, all of my favorite shows. Okay, I go to TNT, I get Thursday night primetime basketball. The only thing I'm missing out is the NBA TV game of the week, which is a little bit of a sore subject. All in, I'm at $80, $90 a month. So I'm saving $60 more than Natan. I could use that on 2 Soul Cycle classes. I could go to Sweet Green 3 times a week. All right, I have $60 extra in my pocket. And this is all getting the channels that I want. I am not paying Viacom, I am not paying Disney, all of this extra money for channels that I don't need, just like Natan, just to have this convenience that he brags about all his time. That's why he loves Uber, that's why he loves all these other things that he doesn't even need. I don't like paying for things that I don't need, and the Roku 4 enables me, and Roku in general just enables me to do that in a very easy way where I'm still able to access everything I want for the most part.
All right, you just experienced Natan Flo's Found Remote Show. Tune in next week when we argue about Netflix preventing VPN usage across the globe.
We didn't agree on that.
I know.
Oh.
It's like Arrested Development.
Oh, okay.
You know, they do next week.
Oh, yeah.
It means nothing.
This sort of transparency is going to be interesting now that Apple are now on Twitter with their customer support account. But what do you think? Do you think in the age of social media, it is important for a brand to be transparent, or do you think they can kind of mix it up a bit, be slightly transparent and then slightly hide?